Welcome. Today we're going to take a look at just a few of the elements of the inventory management within Acumatica. I'm on the warehouse manager side, which is focused mostly on the orders to ship and receive. From here I'm going to go to the inventory and go straight into my stock items, and we'll take a look at one of our items here. I'll select the Acer laptop. Here you see the item classes that are assigned to the laptop. This is going to help a lot when you begin adding new items to make sure that you have standards that are being followed for the selections that are being made. You're going to be able to handle units of measure. Eaches, let's say you want to purchase by the pallet. You can change these for an individual item. So even though they're part of a class, you're not locked into that class for every selection. You can have multiple units of measure, boxes, pallets, or if I wanted to add another one, you can see that you're going to be able to do boxes, bottles, cans, gallons, ounces, inches, whatever measurement you need to use to manage your inventory. Physical inventory, here's where you're going to be able to assign the movement class to the item, or maybe just a cycle based on end of year. You want to set it up to automatically do this every single month. You can assign it there as well. So whether it's by turnover or specific cycle, you set that for each item, but can be defaulted from the item classes. Let's go ahead and open up the item class here just to take a quick look at what was set up. Here I can set this up. This is a stock item. Do I want to allow negative quantities in my inventory? How am I going to track my serial numbers? For instance, if I have a food item, maybe I need to track that by the expiration date and a lot number, or serial numbered items. All of that can be set up here based on your requirements. Default warehouses, availability calculation rules. Extremely useful for you to determine how quickly maybe your purchase orders are prepared and received. If it's long lead times, you don't want to include those in availability. If it's short lead time, you may go ahead. Do you want to deduct items that are on sales order, back orders? All of this is selectable by you. I'll close this. We'll go back to our item. We'll take a look at pricing. Simply, I put in here an MSRP of $600 with a default price of $500. Acumatica tracks your last costs, your average costs, and so on. This time I'm going to go over to my sales prices. And you can set up your sales price not just from the base unit that we had there that was $500, but I can specify for a specific customer. If I have maybe if they buy 3, I give them a different price. I can also do it by customer price class. So again, using those classes that we saw on the right of the menu, we set up a price class. Automatically know that that customer is set up as a wholesale customer. They're going to get the $475. Retail customers maybe pay the MSRP of $600. Or I have another price class here for wholesale too. And so you can have whatever price classes you develop, assign those price classes, automatically assign prices from here with an effective start date. There's much more in pricing, such as the sales prices. You might have specials for a period of time, but we're not going to have time to get into that right now. If you have questions, certainly give us a call. What you saw me doing just now is going into a side panel. This makes it very easy to manage something directly from this screen without having to leave, go back to my inventory, open up a different menu item. I go to my sales prices that way. I could go over here and take a look at my allocation details. So if I wanted to see what the allocation of this inventory was, I can see that I've got some things on purchase order, purchase receipts, purchase shipments. I see that I've got 504 available, but only 323 available for shipping. I may wonder why that is. I can also go to my side panel of inventory and realize I've got 180 that have been received at the dock, but according to my allocation rules, I can't ship them yet, but I can go ahead and sell them, which is why I have the 500 available. If I wanted to go over to my purchase receipts, this could be set up to process if you wanted to do it every hour, every day. They could be automatically processed, or you could manually go into this receipt. And there's the 180. They've been received, but they haven't been released or posted yet. So I could do that right from here. Back to looking at my price cost, I'm going to move over to manufacturing. If you're using the manufacturing from Acumatica, you can set your default BOMs, planning BOMs, minimum lot sizes that you want to make, and whether it's a made-to-order item. If I go to my warehouses, you can see here I can tell what I've got on hand at each of the warehouses. I can tell whether it's a seasonal item. I can go to my vendors tab, and here's where I can lay out all of the vendors that I may purchase this item from. Some vendors have a different item number, so we have the alternate item ID, so that when you create your purchase order, you can order with your vendor's item number, and it will come in and be put to your inventory ID. You can also add customers. To do that, I'm going to go to my cross-reference tab over here. Here's those two vendors we've got. I could also add my customers to this list, so if they order an item in their item number, I need to cross-reference it back. I can also add barcodes. So when I bring an item in as a pallet, that's the barcode for my pallet. So all of that can be set up in here as well. In addition, inventory has the ability to have custom attributes. You can have as many attributes as you need. You can set these up to be defaulted by a drop-down list that you've created. You can be open text. And this is information that can also be used if you're working with e-commerce. So you can send over the information and the images attached to this item directly to your e-commerce website. The packaging I mentioned, here we've got the weight unit, and it tells me that I can get 7 of these in a large box. But if instead I change to weight and volume, it uses the measurements we set up and determines that I can only get 6 of those in a box due to the size of the item. So again, packaging is very useful for your shipping department. Related items. You can set up related items. If you want to put something for cross-selling, upselling, or substitution, you can create those here. We have a replenishment tab. From here, I can determine what my safety stock and reorder points are going to be. I can go in and add a seasonality to this item. Say it's a holiday item. When the system calculates my reorder points, it's going to determine between certain dates to factor in a 1.25 so that it has enough in stock based on the expected increase in sales during that time. I know this was a quick view of inventory. Certainly would love to have you check out our website at aswius.com and give us a call for more information. Thank you.